Alright guys, today we're going to go ahead and go over your installation of a new MOSair board, upgrade board. We're going to go ahead and remove the old board from my M2 and install the new one. Quickest way, I'll show you how to do it. I've done this at World Cup this past year, efficient way, multiple times. I didn't break anything, so it's the safest way. I know how, by just simply removing everything. So we're going to need a 3/32 Allen, needle nose pliers, and a small screwdriver. So let's go ahead and remove the grips, and I'll show you the difference between the two. So a lot of the questions I know I was getting is, why do I need a new grip? Simply because the new board has the wireless charging. So there's this cutaway here that the wireless charge needs to have in order to fit. So here's the difference between the two. So now that I've gone over that, let's go ahead and remove the old board. First, we're going to remove the grip frame from the body of the M2. Now that we have this separated, we're going to go ahead and remove the lithium battery and begin by taking your small screwdriver and removing these two screws here. Once you have those two screws, you're going to go ahead and take the screwdriver and gently push on this board from the bottom. So it just unplugs this little board from your actual board. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the 4 screws from the board so we can get it out. And the 4th screw is going to be in here to remove the badge so we can get the 5-way switch out. Now that we have that out, we're just going to go ahead and remove your badge. And if the switch doesn't come with it, you can just go ahead and gently pull that back out. And once we have everything out, you can go ahead and remove the board. Now if this doesn't come out, you might have to take your screwdriver and gently push down on the button as you give a nice pull so it gets underneath the aluminum here. I know some of the buttons just are sticking out just a hair. Soldering pins or something right here could just be a little bit too thick, and it just is just barely snug, so you can just go ahead and just push the button down and it'll come right out. Now that we have the old board out, we're going to go ahead and open the new board and get that installed. Now before I do anything, I'm going to take my needle nose pliers and go ahead and remove the wireless charge unit. I'm not going to grab the wires because these wires are super thin and you don't want to break them. You're just going to gently grab the plastic and just unplug it. We're going to set that aside for now. Next, we're going to go ahead and bend your cables. So we're just going to do a nice 90 degree there, 90 degree there, and then bend it down. Once we have that set, we can go ahead and first put in your 5-way switchboard and then get your actual board. And you'll want to come in from the top, angled down, so it gets underneath, and then set it down. Once you have all that established, we can go ahead and start putting the screws back in. I'm going to put the bottom one in first, then the top, and then the middle. Once we have those screws in place, we're going to go ahead and put back your M2 badge onto the back here. And you can see that the switch here, 5-way switch, is kind of to the left. So I'm going to go ahead and push the 5-way switch button and get it lined up and then press it down. And once I have all that situated, we're going to go ahead and put back your badge screw to keep the badge in place. Now you don't want to go too tight with that screw because this is plastic and you don't want to strip it, and if you do, it's going to be bad because your screw is just going to pop out and your badge will just come out and you won't have a 5-way switch anymore. Now that we have that installed, I'm not going to go ahead and put the battery in yet. I want to get this grip back onto the gun. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to put in this little board. So the easiest way is go ahead and almost do the reverse so I can see the pins here, because I don't want to bend those pins. Get them all lined up and then gently push down. And now we can go ahead and screw the 2 screws back into this mini board. And this board is the contact board between your M2 board and your solenoid and eye board that's attached to the body of the M2. Alright, now let's go ahead and attach your grip frame back to the body of the M2. Now as I screw this the front screw in, I don't want to get it as tight as possible. I want to get this back screw in and then get that tightened down and then go back into the front and tighten that one. The reason is because this front grip screw allows this back to, or allows the whole thing to move if it's not tightened down. And if you tighten that down and it's too far forward or too far back, this back screw won't go in. Alright, now that we have everything back in place, we're going to go ahead and insert your battery. And we're not going to go ahead and plug that in just yet. Then we're going to take the wireless unit, the wireless charge, put it into place. Take your needle nose. Don't grab the wires, grab that plastic and go ahead and plug it in. Gentle. And right under where the battery plugs in. The reason why I say to leave this last is because if I was putting the gun back on or the frame back together, this jolts around and twists and one of these cable snaps, I'm out of luck with this wireless charge unit. So that's why I want to leave that completely last part of putting the board together. Now we're going to take your old grip and the new grip, and we're going to go ahead and switch over the USB protector. We're just going to gently push back on this black piece and it should come out, just giving a good pull. And putting it back in, I'm going to take the needle nose pliers and just grab it and kind of push with both my finger and the needle nose. And then now that we have the new grip all set up, we're going to go ahead and put it on the gun. Power it up and make sure our eyes are working. Everything seems to be in place. I heard the solenoid click. And that's how you pretty much set up your new, or installing the MOSair board from your old board. Thank you for watching.